DeAndre Hopkins, one of the best receivers really since he's been in the NFL, has been cut by the Arizona Cardinals.
Mm.
Now, for reasons we don't know, because when that's your best receiving option, pretty much, where else you gonna go? Yeah, you got Hollywood Brown, and I don't really know who else you got there. But for you to let him go, it either says they're looking to go another way, or he wasn't ready to reconstruct his contract. So with that being said, now that DeAndre is in the market, where do you guys see him going? Any,
Where?
he,
Well, I mean, he's got to go somewhere. I'd like maybe Kansas City.
they
Uh,
say he want to go somewhere warm or contender. So Kansas City may be perfect.
right. That's a lot of options. There's a lot of people say, the Giants, Detroit, teams like that. I don't think Detroit. I think they have their receiving core. I think they like their receiving core. They might add some small pieces. They're not trying to go big with D Hop and all like that. I think they're trying to build something there because you forget like their quarterback is still young. Like I know he went to a Super Bowl already, but like he's still got years ahead of him. So it's not like they're trying. Detroit's trying to win it all right now. I think they're trying to build something special that lasts for a couple years. It just isn't getting broken up in a few years. So I don't think D Hop fits that. The Giants, I don't think, man, I think after the run they had last year, I think they are in more of a win now situation. I don't think, so they just signed their quarterback to a massive contract. So I could actually see him possibly going there more. And then, of course, Buffalo and Kansas City are favorites. I don't know if Buffalo can afford him. I don't know what he's asking or what kind of contract. But after I think Kansas City. I think Kansas City or the Giants. That's my two picks. I just after he sat the last two games last year when he was fully healthy, I think the team got upset about that. He made comments that he didn't want to play with no backup quarterback, Colt McCoy.
I mean, you gotta think about it. He's been doing that since he's been in Houston. So he like, bro, I'm sick of this shit.
I thought they benched him. I thought they benched him to rest him because they were like, well, there's no point in losing D Hop in two games that don't matter. But apparently,
I would have said too.
Apparently, he sat himself. Well, I mean, you don't get that choice when you're getting paid that kind of money. You don't get the choice.
Yeah, but
the
if
team
we ain't going to the playoffs,
we're sitting you, and I thought they chose to sit him, but apparently he chose to sit those two games, and sounds like they might have been upset about that. So I don't know what the situation is. So I know that reflects other teams. Like this guy's willing to sit if he doesn't get the pieces he wants. Yeah. I know people will think of that, but I mean, yeah, if you got Pat Mahomes, shoot, this guy don't get hurt. You know what I mean? Like this guy, knock on wood, but I mean, this guy stays healthy, man. Like Brady, like a lot of the other greats, like they're like LeBron, whatever. Like one of the things that comes with them is availability. They have this great record because they're always available. So Pat Mahomes is one of them guys. I'd like to see him go Kansas City, but I think Giants are a second spot.
real quick before you go, Walt, he was set to make 19 this year and 14 next year. The Cardinals will eat 21 million in dead cap after releasing them. So
which kind of speaks to like it felt personal, because that's what makes me think it was more personal, because like you could have just let him sit there for as long as you wanted and just kept making trade offers until you finally got something. The fact that you're eating all this cap space and got nothing in return, that feels personal, kind of like the old Celtics coach getting fired. It felt like that.
Yeah, go ahead, Walt. What you got?
Yeah, just kind of feeding off, I guess, what John was saying. Just based off of the teams that he was saying that he wanted to go to. I mean, honestly, I felt like his best fit, like he was saying, will definitely be the Chiefs or the Bills. They was possibly saying like maybe the Patriots as well, but that's kind of like still kind of going back to the young core, having a young core quarterback at Matt Jones. I'm not saying that he's the same concept as Colt McCoy, because he's definitely better than Colt McCoy, but I mean, I still feel like the Patriots are, missing a few pieces towards they're not really a contender, especially since he's saying that he wants to go to a contending team. Now he did mention that the Browns were possibly a landing spot because him and Deshaun Watson got some type of history and they're still close. But he
Both
was still
went to Clemson.
yes, and of course they played at Texas as well.
Mhm.
So the Texans, I'm sorry. So they still kind of they were going back and forth, possibly trying to see if he can possibly land that. Me personally, I would love to see that. Go alongside with him and him and Cooper. You know what I'm saying? Those two together, that would definitely help out the receiving core for sure, and definitely open up our running game as well. Even though our running game should be opening up our passing game for real, my personal opinion. But I'm not the coach, so yeah, definitely. I would love to see him come here because why not? You feel me? But he's saying that we're not really a contending team, which I don't understand how. I mean, which we are a contending team. It's just that we just don't really execute like how we're supposed to. We look good on paper, but like how we got all the pieces you need, but we just don't execute on the field for some reason. So I mean, his comments on that, I mean, I was a little confused on. But like I said, I get what he's saying because he said you want to go somewhere warm. Cleveland definitely ain't warm, you know what I'm saying, throughout the football season. So I mean, it's gonna be real cold here, especially during this, December, November, and January. So yeah, I'm not sure if he's really actually even played in the cold actually in his career, I should say. I think he's always been either somewhere hot, Arizona or Houston or wherever. So
he went to college where it was kind of cold.
Oh yeah,
but I don't know if it get Midwest cold.
Yeah, I was about to say that Cleveland and like Chicago cold, that's completely different than what I'm saying, Clemson for real. So, like I said, in reality, more than likely he's going to probably, like I said, like John said, he's going to go to the Bills or the Chiefs, and I definitely feel like the Chiefs would definitely be a good spot for him. But that just goes to say what's up with Arizona, like John was saying, man. What personal things do they have going on for them just to let go of their top tier receiver, man? Because their receiving core just got pretty much weakened right now. I mean, no disrespect to Hollywood Brown, but that's the only person that's over there, in my eyes, that I know a name of. I should say, you feel me? No, that's no disrespect. Maybe I'm just my lack of knowledge, but still, like Arizona's receiving core just ain't up there right now. So, I mean, especially like with them kind of being like a top team these last couple of years. So, I mean, it just seemed like that whole organization has just had a lot of things going on, from coaching to the players and everything. It just seemed like they really haven't been seeing eye to eye. So, they might have to make some drastic changes when it comes to like the coaches where they can't really get rid of their quarterback because they already paid him. So, it might have to be the coach. So, I don't know. We're going to have to see what's going on in Arizona, but I do see D-Hop going either to the Chiefs or the Bills, though, even though I would love for him to come to the land.
I think the current favorite Dallas right now. But
oh, yeah, they said Dallas, too. My fault. Yeah, they did say Dallas as well.
But I think the thing is, as far as him leaving, you do want to go somewhere where you're not. I think walking into a place like Dallas, you probably second, third receiver, because of course they got CD and Brandon Cooks, who also is coming from the Texans. To be honest, I don't think the Bills need him because you need a running back. You got all these passing receivers, but you can't run the ball. You live in Buffalo. You play in Buffalo. 9 times out of 10, when they come to playoffs, you're going to be playing in the cold. Like, come on, bro. Get you a running back. Stop looking at all these receivers. A team that could use them, though, I would say Miami. Because, I mean, you're with Tariq and Waddle, you're small.
I don't know. What about Tua, your quarterback, though? Like,
what about who?
The quarterback. My quarterback's been healthy.
I think he'll be all right. I think he can. I'm not sure. But I think they just lost Gesicki, the tight end, which was a big body option. He goes to New England. Why not bring in a DeAndre Hopkins for those goal line jump ball situations? You need it. And then if Tua can stay healthy, they're right in the thick of things. I think New York I think they have too much going on. They got enough, with Lazard and Randall Cobb and uh, Garrett Wilson. You got a nice receiving core. Although Randall Cobb is a little up in age, you don't really need him like that. Maybe that third down option, get the
Yeah, I was
first
about to say
down.
he's still a good possession receiver though, for sure.
Yeah. No, he is 100%. Detroit, I think Detroit's still trying to figure things out. Yeah, they ended the year good, but I think offensively, you just let go of your two running backs from last year. So that tells me, you're 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 quick to make decisions. Because when they let go of Jamal Williams and Swift, I'm like, why would you? One of them had 18 touchdowns a year ago. Why would you not re-sign him? You just let him go to New Orleans. I'm like, that didn't make sense. And nothing against David Montgomery, but you bring him in after you let him go, and then you trade Swift. What are you doing? And then you get the speed back from Alabama. So I mean, I don't know. I don't think Detroit really know what they're doing either. They just hoping, like they say, we're gonna just throw it up and see what sticks. But to be honest, I don't know. I don't know where he could go.
Come on to the land, my boy.
But don't y'all have enough?
No,
You got
So
Amari Cooper.
So where's he
That's
going?
Joku.
we just have Cooper. That's it.
You got Cooper and Joku and Peoples Jones. You just got Elijah Moore from the
I
Jets.
mean, Elijah Moore is not a big body receiver though. He's a speedy receiver
You
who's.
got Njoku for that.
I mean, I don't know. Njoku, I mean, his last season was great, but I just feel like Hop can make a big difference. He'll take a lot of pressure off of these guys who's not really used to that. I should say yet.
Now, what if he say no because it's cold?
I mean, that's fine. He already said that he's pretty much saying no. I'm just throwing it out there, like, hey, I would love for you to come here. That's all I'm saying.
Now, I would say this: he should go to Baltimore. He should, because
No, that'd definitely be a surprise move. But I see where you're going with that, though.
because I think him and Mark Andrews, that'd be a ugly tandem in that on that goal line, and then Lamar still can do Lamar.
Why are you trying to bash my division, man? Come on,
I'm not
man.
trying to bash your
Not
division.
bash but why you
Hey,
trying
I
to
ain't gonna lie.
add more heat to my division, man?
Your division, nice.
It is. It's very tough division.
Where would you put y'all in that division? Just going off topic.
Well, GP to start the
Like right now on paper.
number
where is
3.
the Cleveland Brown.
Number 3. Number 3.
Who is number 1 and 2?
Cincinnati and Baltimore.
Oh, okay. All right. That's honest.
That's honest. That's real talk. That's real talk.
No, it is though. It is though, 100%. Go ahead, John.
I would say, like, if you were a fan, I don't want to say 10 years ago, like 8 years ago, 7 years ago, it would be fun to be a Ravens fan if Beckham and Hopkins lined up.
How many years ago you say?
Like 7, 8 years ago, when these two were like killing the league.
Has Odell been in the NFL that long?
Yeah, he actually has. Yeah.
7 years?
I don't know. He's 20. He's 30 now. He's got to have been in
Really?
6 years. I'll say 6 years ago.
Oh,
But I'm just
it's
saying,
been about 6
because-
or 7. Sure.
I'm just saying, like, if you were a fan, like, yeah, he's been since 2014, so almost 9 years ago. So yeah, if this is like a Madden throwback to 8 years ago, man. That's like, if you can imagine having those two on your team, that would have been a dream 8 years ago. But
Yeah.
I think it could still work out. I think only problem is they both want as many touches as they can get. And it's going to be tough for Lamar, a guy who doesn't throw as much as a lot of other quarterbacks, to get all those touches to them and Mark Andrews. That's why I just don't see Baltimore working out. They could, but I don't think they're going to be happy there. I don't think they're both going to be able. I don't think you'll be able to make both of them happy. And I think at this point, happiness is a big deal with D-Hop, clearly, because if playing with Kyler Murray, healthy Kyler Murray, was the biggest deal, then Kyler Murray could just say, "Hey, man, you know what? I'm gonna stay healthy. I'm gonna try to be healthy. I'm gonna be there for you. Blah blah. I'm gonna have his guys back." And he could have told the Cardinals, like, "No, I need this guy." So if anything else, if Kyler Murray didn't even come stand up for him, then either one of two things: either Kyler and him didn't get along, as well as the management, or we could see Kyler be leaving the Cardinals in a few years, in a year or two. Like we could see him gone because maybe Arizona's thinking about moving on from him too. Maybe he did stick up for his guy, and Arizona's like, yeah, well, we're getting rid of you too. But
No, that's a real possibility.
right, so either Kyler's going to be gone soon, or him and Kyler didn't get wrong. So I think happiness is a big deal with D Hop right now. He wants to be somewhere where he's getting his touches. I think that's Kansas City. I think Kansas City, he can be that guy who can go be 1,000-yard receiver in Kansas City. I don't think he's trying to be a 600-yard receiver. I don't think he wants to be a goal line receiver like Julio Jones for the Buccaneers last year. That's not what he's trying to do. Like, this guy's trying to put up numbers. He's trying to prove that he is still that guy. So I think it's got to be Kansas City and Giants too. Do you guys have a final two that you think he's for sure going to? I mean, for me, I truly believe he's going to one of those two teams.
You said the Giants or
I think he's going to Kansas City number one, and then Giants two. But do you guys have a top two that you think he's going to?
Why do you say the Giants?
I think because their receiving core is a bunch of guys you've never heard of, and it's a bunch of guys I enjoyed watching. You got Shepard. I'm not naming them all, but you get the point. You got a bunch of guys who had really big games here and there, but no one really took the top off game to game. I think
that's why they went after the tight end in Vegas. I think that's why they went after him.
Darren Waller?
Yeah, because they knew.
Yeah, but that guy can't stay healthy. No offense.
No. I'm not saying he's the answer. I'm just saying that's why they went out.
But I think they have to go get that receiver that, every game guy. I think the other guys fill in where they can. You have your big game here and there, that's fine, but we needed someone who can have 60 to 120 yards every game. Yeah. And I think that's why the Giants for me are number two. But do you guys have a top two that he's going to?
I mean, I'll have to I agree with one of them with you, the Chiefs, and my second one, of course, I'm like I said, I'm going to say Cleveland, honestly, because I mean, his other option is Eagles. I mean, 49ers maybe, but the Jets are already stacked at the receiver core. The Cowboys are already stacked at the receiving core. Bills, they're not that stacked, but like Nico said, they need more of a running back. I feel like than a receiver at this point. So yeah, I have to say either Chiefs or Browns for sure.
Yeah.
Going to the AFC, huh? Where's it going, Nico?
I could see a surprise like the 49ers or something.
If he did go, because I mean, just how stacked they are. I mean, but I don't know. But him,
because it's just like
him really not knowing what Trey Lance is about, though. I mean,
they don't have a salary cap. It's like where's
and aren't they still trying to ship Trey Lance?
Huh?
Aren't they still like offering trades for Trey Lance, or did they finally close it on?
So yeah,
see their guy.
So that's what I'm saying. They don't know if they're gonna go with Purdy, Trey Lance. So that's what I'm saying. I mean, I'm not sure if they're gonna go. They have too many QB problems right now with the 49ers. So I mean, I'm pretty sure he don't want to deal with that. So,
but I think I don't know. I don't know, man.
I know. You got to just be bold prediction, man.
I said earlier. I said San Fran, but no, seriously, I really don't know. I
got you.
I can see him ending up in San Fran. Golden State and them 49ers, they don't have a salary cap. NBA just be like, go ahead, do y'all.
Kick that can down the road.
Right, exactly.
Really long road.
Hey, what they saying? LA effed them picks.
It's like that. It's like that runway from that Fast and Furious where they were chasing that plane for about 9 miles.
Yeah,
it's like that. It's that runway. They just keep down that sucker.
So ain't no telling.